was like, da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na. Is that it?
Da-na-na-na, dun-dun-dun. That's it.
Here we come, baby.
Number one for New Country, Country 105.
What's the right thing to eat to lose weight? Nutritionist Andrea Holwegener says that's one of the top inquiries she gets, and she joins us now with some answers. We were just talking, Andrea, people can sometimes just really be afraid of food. They're afraid of dairy. They're afraid of protein. You were saying some people think carrots have too much sugar. Where do you even start? It is so overwhelming when you're trying to lose weight and figure out what food is right for you. So what tips would you give?
Well, the first thing is, and if you look at my food display here, you're going to see a little bit of everything. For meatitarians, vegetarians, somewhere in between. You're also going to see like wine. Notice the bottle is empty.
Oh, shoot.
We've got chocolate chips. I got a little bit of everything here because I really do believe the most important thing when you approach weight loss is really looking after choosing a plan that you can live with for life. Oftentimes, so many people will eliminate so much, and one of the basic psychology principles that we find is when you actually deprive yourself of something you love, you will actually seek it out, obsess about it, and probably overconsume it even more.
And it's so easy to obsess over it, right? And so when you're looking at your meals for the day, a simple rule, and correct me if I'm wrong, is trying to burn more calories than you're eating. But how do you do that in a healthy balance while still getting the nutrition that you need and you require to function and have fuel for the day?
Yeah, you know, and it is overwhelming to figure out what to eat, when, how much, and some of the things that can work at the very beginning when you're approaching this debate of calories and what to consume is really having a basic understanding of science. And so what I've got here is some grains, some veggies and fruit, and some protein sources. So we want to start with a balanced meal that contains those three things. And still save a little bit of room for what I call soulful foods chosen for taste and enjoyment.
Absolutely. So what would be the ideal balance then, I guess, for the average person?
You know, and one of the questions that we had was related to calories. So when we're talking about balance and how many calories do I need every day is a common question that we get. What I want you to think about is you need more calories than about 1,000 calories or 1,200 that people often quote from diet magazines. They think that that's all they need in a day. And a 2-year-old needs 1,000 calories a day or more. So really at the end of the day, you're going to need more food than you probably think.
Especially if you're exercising as well, then you'll have to up your intake. So easier said than done. It's so easy to talk about it. It's so easy to read about in a book or online. But it can be quite difficult, especially when we as women are reaching 40 and plus. So how can we make it easier for women that are reaching that age and then getting a little bit older?
You bet. And weight loss can be challenging at any age, but we know particularly for women, because we carry more fat mass on the body, it is a little bit harder because we have less muscle, which burns more natural calories at rest. And then through menopause, as our hormones are changing, we're putting a little bit more weight around our midsection. Due to hormone changes, sleep changes, all of those things really factor into things.
So is there a type of food that can maybe help with that, or a balance, or even an exercise?
Well, no easy magic bullets. I wish it was like, just do this and everything will be awesome. What we know about the science of weight management is rather than looking at a chart, a body mass index or a BMI chart, we want people to really come up with what I call your personal best weight. And your personal best weight is really looking at ditching whatever number you have in your head as this has to be what I weigh, or my doctor's office had a chart and I picked the number and it told me I was obese, whatever it is there. I want you to move away from that and really think about, okay, based on my history, based on my family history, based on the foods that I like, how much activity I'm willing to do, how do we come up with a number or a range that allows you to live your best weight, live your best life?
Right, and it's easy to get in your head. It's easy to become, like you were saying, really obsessed with it, but you're not alone. You're saying there's resources, there are people that you can go to, like yourself, to help somebody get through that weight loss journey.
One of the most important things people should know in the nutrition field, there's a whole bunch of different titles people give themselves. What you're looking for is finding a registered dietitian that has experience in emotional eating, has experience in weight loss, menopause, those types of things. Registered dietitians are the only nutrition practitioners that are regulated and licensed. And that means our standards of practice and our evidence-based way we approach things are going to be of a higher level of standard.
Which is very important and can help people sift through kind of what's good, what's bad, what's helpful, what's maybe hurtful, and then also helps with that mental part of it, because it's a really big part of it. So if you want more information or you want to contact Andrea, you can reach out to her healthstandnutrition.com. Thank you so much for joining us today. Always appreciate having you in. Most of us have paid it at one time or another. What's being done to get rid of hidden fees? We'll have more on that next.
I saw